Am I the jerk for refusing to eat my girlfriend's desserts after she ignored my birthday wishes and made fun of my mom's homemade gift? Posted by you/throwaway_81457. I've been with my current girlfriend for almost 3 years, and we get along for the most part, except when it comes to my mother. My mother is mentally slow, I don't know what else to call it since she grew up rough and was never formally diagnosed, and had me at 13. Her being physically and emotionally younger made her a fun mom, just not very responsible. In any case, this is one of the main reasons my girlfriend feels uncomfortable around her. She says my mom has no manners and can be rude, both of which can be true at times. But my mom doesn't do things intentionally, it's just how she was raised, and it's hard to teach her new things. The second issue is that I spend a lot of money for my mom to live in an expensive facility/community so she can be independent but still have some help. My girlfriend thinks it's a waste of money, especially since she wants to buy a big house in the future. She also resents that I refuse to pay for her medical insurance despite having the money. She's currently on a plan she can't afford, which she brings up a lot in arguments. She's not my wife, so I don't want to commit to something like that yet, especially since I'm unsure how it would work if she ever decided to end the relationship or if the cost increased to something I'd rather not pay. I won't lie, I love my girlfriend, but she's not my wife, and therefore, she's not a priority in that way. I've tried proposing twice, and she turned me down both times. Anyway, I feel like I derailed for a second, but I felt some context was important. This year, she decided to make me a cake for my birthday. I was happy because she's a great baker and even better at decorating, so I asked for a chocolate sheet cake with canned frosting and rainbow sprinkles. She said that was fine but kept suggesting I have something more special and less cheap this year. My mom has made me this birthday cake every year since I was a child, but of course, this year, she couldn't, and I told her that. Still, I made it clear that this was what I wanted, no presents and no people over. The morning of my birthday, my girlfriend had me eat breakfast in the living room because the dining room and kitchen were a mess. I'm not sure I believe that now, and got me out of the house after lunch, telling me it still wasn't ready and that I couldn't see it because she also had a really small surprise. I came back an hour later as she'd asked, and when I opened the door, pretty much everyone we know, even some people we don't know well, jumped out with party blowers. My mom wasn't there, but my girlfriend's parents were. I tried to act happy, but to be honest, I didn't want anyone there at all. If it had just been our families, maybe it would have been nice, but I was secretly annoyed. Then I saw the cake. It wasn't anything like what I asked for. It was 3 round lemon creme cakes, the fancy kind with flowers and berries. It looked incredible, and I could tell it must have taken ages, but it wasn't what I wanted, and I'm pretty neutral about lemon desserts. Everyone brought gifts, and I tried to pretend I liked them, and I did, but in the moment, I just didn't feel like opening and reacting to gifts, so I feel like my reactions were underwhelming. Then, when it was time to cut the cake, she gave me a big piece, and I didn't even finish half of it. I wasn't in the mood. I just lied and said I was too full from eating all of her favorite foods. I'll admit that was a bit blunt, especially since there was company, and she was a little short with me for the rest of the party. Finally, my mom arrived just after everyone had finished. According to my girlfriend, she accidentally told her the wrong time. My mom brought me a single cupcake, just how I like it, as a gift since she couldn't make my cake this year. I was happy, and I couldn't hide it. My girlfriend noticed and gave my mom the stink eye, which was fine as long as she wasn't being rude. But then she took it a step further and made a bad joke about how the cupcake was unique like my mom. She still likes wearing dresses and 2 ponytails. A few people even laughed. Fast forward to later, I was eating my cupcake in bed, hoping to end the day on a good note. I didn't complain at all outside of that one comment because I didn't want to seem too ungrateful. But then my girlfriend muttered under her breath that, of course, I'd rather eat something that looked like it was made by a toddler than actual quality. That was the last straw for me. We got into a heated argument, and I ended up sleeping on the couch on my own birthday. The next morning, I made it clear that I wasn't going to eat any of her desserts until she apologized. It's been 3 days, and now she's telling everyone that I hated the party, so people are calling me ungrateful. Plus, her family found out I don't pay her insurance, and right now, things are tense on and off between us. Am I the jerk here? Relevant comments. Commenter. Why are you with this woman? She refused your proposal twice, doesn't listen to what you want, and is disrespectful toward your mother. Ops response. In short, it's partially because she's good at being loving when she wants to be, and she has something she said she'd use against me, but that's a longer story and mostly my fault. Commenter. Those aren't good enough reasons, I'm sorry. Is what she has against you so god-awful that it's worth spending any more time with this creature? The fact that she even said that makes her despicable. She doesn't even want to marry you, which is actually a good thing for you. Good luck, dude. Ops response. It is unfortunate. I used to make adult videos and scam people to pay for school. It's not something I'm proud of or can completely erase. I'm a changed person, but that doesn't change the past or what my job would think since I work with private school children. Commenter. If she's blackmailing you, she doesn't love you. Op adds an edit to his post. Not an update, Just wanted to say that I read all the comments, and now I'm strongly considering just biting the bullet and saying I don't care, especially since she only knows about both because I told her, not due to actual evidence. It's just not something I wanted to be outed for, metaphorically and literally. But in any case, I guess the statute of limitations in my state would have already passed for me, funnily, right when we started dating. So at least if things go south, I can finally get the plastic surgery I've always wanted and a new name. Trying to make myself feel angry and not funny, though, but it's hard because she always makes me feel sad and then happy again after. But I'm going to tell her we aren't twin flames or anything close anymore and probably update when I feel better if things get intense. Fortunately, my mom is happy as always, and we talk every day. For those wondering, she's so nice she doesn't always notice when people are being mean, so I won't and would never tell her how my girlfriend truly felt about her if she asks why things are going wrong. Another thing I just wanted to add is that, fortunately, my mom was not an SA victim. The comments assuming that made me irrationally sad for some reason. My father was the same age, I don't know if he had a disability, but he was pretty strange in a good way. He didn't talk much, but he liked drawing the same types of birds and flowers, and they got along well. She was loved. I just didn't mention him because, well, he's dead. Anyway, sorry, I have a tendency to get long-winded and over-explain, but I'm going to sleep now. Update 2 days later. Added context because the edit in my original post wasn't clear. To clarify, I used to make adult videos, mostly with other men, so I don't want anyone to know. Second, I used to scam dates by using their credit card information online to buy textbooks and personal items because I could only really afford food. It was still wrong, and sometimes I wonder if they didn't eat so I could, which makes me paranoid. Even if I can't go to jail now, I can still be socially ostracized. As for plastic surgery, it's just that if my social life is ruined, I can buy a new face and name. I was half joking. Also, for those wondering, I didn't mention the reason my girlfriend rejected my marriage proposal twice because it sounds really bad to people who don't understand what it's like to live with someone disabled. I love my mother dearly, but in all honesty, I would not want to have children like her. They wouldn't have an easy life. Basically, she thinks I might pass on bad genes. I'd like to try to have at least one child anyway because I don't have any disabilities, so I'm hoping my child would be healthy as well. But I don't think not wanting to adopt or take a chance is a bad reason to reject someone. In any case, I decided to take the coward's way out, leaving for work excessively early to avoid her and putting a breakup note in her lunch bag. I'm expecting to feel awful later, so I think I'll update again when I'm not sad, which takes me a while. And again, I'm sorry for rambling. Another thing I saw mentioned while reading replies is that twin soul is controversial, and I'm sorry, I wasn't intentionally being misogynistic. I've just seen it used and thought it meant some of the same things as soulmate. Edit. She read the note and wasn't mad, she just said she wanted to talk things over. But when I got there, she was pretty mad because her coworker saw the note and pointed out how pathetic leaving a note is. In hindsight, I wasn't thinking, and I agree. The rest is a blur. We got into a physical fight, which we've had before but never this bad. I ended up breaking my forearm, she was throwing things as I was walking away, and I was crying, so I slipped. The ride to the ER was probably the worst I've felt in my life. I was still crying while they were trying to ask me questions, and then they either gave me something, or I passed out. Either way, when I woke up, she apologized, but I could tell she was still a little mad because she got food and didn't offer me any. After I got discharged, we got home, got into another argument, and I got mad and told her she could leave. Her sister lives less than an hour away, so she'd be fine. Eventually, she agreed to leave, but she left most of her things here. She told me I have 3 days to pack up her stuff so her parents can come get it, which is fair, I guess. I'm wondering if I should pack the ring in with her stuff because looking at it now is humiliating. Surprisingly, she only made 2 posts about it on social media, and they're only vaguely exposing things I've done. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, and most of my friends feel bad for me. A few, her friends first, have blocked me or sent me angry texts. Her mom left a voicemail crying and saying how disappointed they were in me. Honestly, I do feel a little bad for them, she's their daughter, so it must be sad. But I really just want to leave her stuff outside without talking to them. I haven't told my mom anything yet because I know she'll worry. I don't have an appetite right now because there's still leftover cake in the fridge, and looking at it just makes me tired. I think I'm going to take a break from dating for a while and work on being happy alone because right now, all I want to do is call and apologize. Relevant comments. Commenter. If this is true, are you pressing charges? Ops response. No, since I technically broke my own arm, plus it would be beyond mortifying to file a police report. Commenter. What about a protective order, since you said there was a physical fight? Ops response. She's strong but not violent, so I doubt I have to worry about her trying to fight me ever again. Commenter. Personally, I wouldn't give her the ring. I'd sell it. You deserve to keep that money, she doesn't deserve any of it. As for her parents, that's up to you. You could just leave stuff outside for them and ignore any attempts at conversation, or if they seem like reasonable people, you could at least set the narrative straight, that she made it clear you aren't an actual priority since you didn't even get the kind of cake you asked for on your birthday. She made a cake you don't enjoy, prepared all of her favorite foods, and didn't even invite your mother at the correct time. It was a party for herself, your birthday was just the excuse for having one. You deserve better. You deserve a partner who treats you well.